a chair and join me today. Out in my workshop, I'm tinkering away. Wand above staring down on me. Wonder what my next project will be. Working on my Johnson, my Mercury Mark 10. Firing up my StarCraft to fish again. Grab your friends and your dog is too, to watch Tim's Workshop on my YouTube. Hey, welcome to Tim's Workshop. Out here in the mini shed, getting ready to continue on with the Evinrude 1965 3 horsepower outboard motor. We'll try the head cover first. See how this stuff works. Yeah, it's working pretty good. Looks like I need to add a little bit here, here and here. All right, we will do that. Okay, got those. Now over here, a little bit more. Okay, just let that one dry. All right, let's get the big one and see how it goes. Sweep this off first. Hey, that came out really good. That one's good. So now all we have to do is change the paper for this. And I don't think we have to worry about that one. We'll just go ahead and change the paper right now. We got the 120 on this, so we're going to keep sanding on this with 120. And that should get this in good shape. Well, that looks pretty good. So now, one last thing. Go in a circle. Okay, that's good. Now, there's one more thing. It's a wet and dry. Just getting some of that roughness off. Okay, so I got these moving pretty good. I can turn it by hand. What I think had happened is some water sat there with the piston back there, sat at an angle like that, and the water just sat there and rusted it.
I just took a little wet and dry sandpaper and just kind of, made sure it didn't have anything ridges sticking up, to interfere with the ring. But I just smoothed it out a little bit. It could be cleaned up by honing it, but we're not into that right now. We just want to get it back together and get it running and see if it runs without dying. And I think that was the reed problem, not anything to do with this. But although the head was warped, it could have been leaking air, which would have affected the compression on this. So that's a possibility. But we won't know until we put it back on and check out the compression, see if it's improved or not. So we're going to let this sit and dry. It takes like 15 hours for it to completely dry. So we'll do that and then hit it again. And like I said, this side over here looks pretty good, and that looks good. Now these two I still had a couple low spots there, so we filled those in, and that way it'll be as level as possible when we put it back together with the gasket. The gasket will take up a lot of it, and this is all got to get clean. All these holes are all filled full of aluminum right now, so we got to get all that cleaned up, get all this cleaned out real good. It doesn't take much to take this thing apart. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws in the top plate. Get that off. And you could pull this whole thing apart. Well, and this too. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts on this bottom plate. That would have to come off too to pull this motor apart. But yeah, we don't need to do that. These motors didn't have bearings back in the old days. It was just metal against metal, I believe. I don't think it had the roller bearings in it yet. Well, let's check this out. Let's get the piston down. This across here. See what we got. Across here this way. This is a 2000s, by the way. Okay, looks pretty good. Go across this way. So that's good and level. Gonna sand it, the epoxy that I put on it. JB Weld. Wow, looking good. We'll just go through it one more time. Looks pretty good. Okay, that looks good. Got the head all cleaned up and the head cover. Shot Yamalube in the inside, so it's all lubricated. So that's ready to go as far as reassembly. Next thing is the reeds. This is pretty rusted up here, so what we're going to do is hit it with some PB Blaster, let that soak. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my screwdriver and kind of get the rust out of the slots. Just carefully see if this will unscrew, break loose. Oh, okay, that one came apart, and it was the worst one. So let's see if we can get this one broke loose. There it goes. Hey, we lucked out. Definitely gonna get this all cleaned up for sure.